Hello. So recently I've noticed that I've been getting a number of new subscribers. So I thought this would be a good opportunity just to welcome anyone who has subscribed to my channel recently. Um, there's a number of reasons why people subscribe to channels. It tends to be certainly when I subscribe to a channel, it's because you find the content is something you can resonate with, or it's something that you find interesting. And very occasionally, people subscribe because they disagree or dislike the content and they want to follow the person so they can debate with them. So, it's just a few things I want to say regarding my channel, regarding my approach, and regarding my philosophy within the channel. My username is Centrist Philosopher. My real name is Nathan. I'm 32 and I'm from the United Kingdom. So, centrist philosopher is meant to be sort of light-hearted. Philosopher, well, I'm not a philosopher, right? It's not meant to be taken seriously. But I do a lot of thinking, and I thought it sounded cool. That's all. Centrist, well, I do identify my politics as being roughly in the centre ground, because when everything's balanced out, that's where they lead, and that's a subject I do tend to talk a lot about. So stay tuned. I may well elaborate on that. I've been active on YouTube since 2012. I've made hundreds of videos um, on a very wide range of subjects. I tend to be spontaneous, and I think that's important because if I script my videos, I don't want it to be that tightly choreographed. I want to be spontaneous. I want to say what is on my mind at a given time. And on any given day, there's a range of subjects I feel are worth talking about. Sometimes I get round to them, sometimes not. Sometimes I feel angry about something and I feel an impulse to let my views be known. Other times I just feel it is something that maybe people can connect with and relate to. So I cover a very wide range of subjects that are in the news: geopolitical issues, socio-political issues, um, some issues about historic interest, um, basically anything that I feel can be interesting. I don't do requests simply because I need to be in the mood for something in order to talk about it. So, with the greatest of respect, I would ask people not to say, "Can you do this? Can you do that?" It's not that the ideas aren't good. It's just that I feel that would be a bit too. I feel it would be a bit of my own creative control being lost because I feel that I need to be in the mood to talk about something. But certainly there's ideas that I can reflect on and think, oh, well, maybe at some point that's worth talking about. Um, Regarding the comments, I leave the comments section open most of the time, 99% of the time. On the very rare occasion where I close comments, the reason is this. Sometimes I talk about certain geopolitical issues. Now, I don't believe in censorship. I believe that anything that is taboo should be discussed. But occasionally I've had to take that measure because I've had people who have subscribed who are basically political dissidents. And when I have seen people from their homeland targeting them, what I'm not going to do is allow my channel to become a platform for bullies and people who are not just disagreeing with others, but really targeting them in a very aggressive manner. I don't need to put up with that on my channel, either against myself or others. So I'm under no obligation to put up with that. The thing about freedom of expression, I don't believe it's absolute. I don't believe it's a case of absolutely anything goes. Certainly, it needs to have a very, very wide scope, including the right to offend, including the right to provoke. But I do believe that there is limits insofar as personal liberty is concerned. And if you are attacking someone's personal liberty by outright harassing them, that's another matter. And to be clear about that, by harassment, I'm not talking about saying, oh, you're wrong about this. I'm talking about very aggressive, personalized attacks. Nobody has to put up with that. I mean, the way I see it, this is my channel, it's my space, my domain. So I get to set the rules. I'm the prime minister. I'm the president. Okay, so that's how I see it. But I do try to allow for as wide a scope as possible of different opinions. And I've noticed plenty of rigorous debates on my comment threads, which is great. I want to generate debates. I want to get people thinking, and that's why I put forward the videos that I do, just to get people thinking. Just because these are things that I feel need to be discussed. YouTube's a wonderful medium for this to give us this opportunity. You know, I know at any one time someone in Canada, New Zealand, the United States, anywhere in the UK, the Philippines, Poland could be watching my videos, and that's wonderful. It's great, and I'm very grateful for that opportunity. Very occasionally, there's practical issues whereby I have some sound issues. When that happens, all I can do is apologize. There's a few reasons for that. These headphones that I'm using are not a top model. They're a cheap set of headphones. I always speak at full volume, but about 2 years ago, I got a virus on my computer, and I believe that's permanently impacted some of the software in my or some of the hardware in my laptop that may at times impact the volume. That's the only thing I can think of. So when the volume is bad, please don't say, "Oh, the volume's bad." I know it is. I can see. I'm looking at the video myself. The only reason I don't take them down is just as a record that I've spoken about something at a given time. So when it's like that, what I would say is either please use headphones or accept my apologies. It isn't ideal, and when I can afford it, I'll get a new laptop. I'll invest in better headphones. But for now, I'm just going to have to. I'm just going with what I got. I've got basically. You know, I don't want to not make a video just because the quality isn't 100%. What else can I say? Yeah, there isn't really much more to add to that. That's it, really. I talk about a wide range of subjects. Feel free to share my videos. Feel free to tell friends that you feel may be interested. And about the comment section, like I say, I try to keep my views within the video itself. What I don't want to do is get into lengthy back and forth debates. Someone once had the audacity to accuse me of cowardice because apparently I'd been ignoring his comments. He seemed to expect me to get into some long running debate on the comment section. Now, I have to say that's a minority of people. Most people have common sense on this, but I avoid getting into lengthy, long running back and forth on the comment section because there's no end to it. Because whatever I say, they're not going to be happy with. Debate is good, debate has its place, but I think in the context of a video, I feel that the purpose of the comment section is for people watching to share their thoughts on what I'm saying, and I can give brief feedback or brief responses like "thank you for watching" or I agree with you on this." But I try to keep my responses to a minimum. The reason being is because I feel it would be too much of a distraction if I was to get into that realm of things. I want people to give feedback, and I appreciate everyone who takes time to watch my videos. So please don't think that because I'm not replying to your specific comment that I'm ignoring you or I don't appreciate the time that you've spent to watch the video and to write feedback. I feel a lot of other creators are in the same position. It is time consuming, and I don't think it's realistic to expect me to reply to each and every single comment. But I am aware that people make the comments, and I'm grateful for them. And I will try to get around comments when I can. But like I say, if I don't reply to your specific comment, please don't take it personally. It's not intended as a personal slight, it's just a practical issue. That's all. Okay, thank you very much for watching and feel free to share. And if you like what you see, just one last point I would add. Um, I say what's on my mind. I never ever try to please anybody. So I don't want people assuming that I think a certain way, then telling me they're disappointed. That's something I've had occasionally. So maybe you've seen me make a video where I'm criticizing conservative welfare policy, so you assume that I'm left leaning on every issue. Not so. Maybe you've seen a video where I'm criticizing social justice warriors, so you assume that I'm going to be right wing on every issue. And again, I might disappoint people in that regard. All I can do is be true to myself and say what's on my mind at a given time and how I feel about things. And that is something I am absolutely determined to do. So that's very important, to be true to myself. Thank you very much for watching, and feel free to share this video.